Alright, myth or truth? Does Islam say to kill the infidels and wage holy war to convert them? That's another big one. How many people have heard the term holy war on the news? How many people have heard it spoken about and presented as jihadists and Islamic terrorism? And that's pretty much how it goes, right? Well, let's take a look at this. The term holy war. There is no term holy war in Islam. There's no term for that. That term was actually first presented to the world by the Crusaders. They were the ones that invented the term holy war. They declared holy war against the people of Jerusalem. And they massacred and killed everyone. And basically, it was the Pope and the Church that decided that the best way to get people to move in that direction was to give them, a free seat in heaven if you kill so many Muslims, or if you kill so many of the infidels. So those terms were presented in that fashion. Historically, that's where that term came from. You can read as many books about Islam as you like, you won't find the term holy war, unless it's a history book. Now, what about the term jihad? Jihad is a real term. That exists in the Islamic vocabulary. That's part of our vocabulary. What does jihad mean? Jihad means struggle. That's the initial word for jihad. That's the Arabic translation, to struggle. So, coming here, if there's traffic, you're struggling with traffic, you're doing jihad. Alright? To overcome your own desires is considered jihad. To deal with your neighbor who's driving you insane, and to be patient and hold yourself back, that's jihad. But, yes, jihad also does involve warfare. Because, like I said, Islam does cover all aspects of life. To say that there is no such thing as warfare in Islam would be a flat-out lie. And it would deduce from Islam as a system. So yes, there is a term for jihad, there is a term for warfare. But there are many rules for warfare. First rule is that unless you have an Islamic system, you can't do it. Now that doesn't mean that if we implemented Islam, we're going to be waging wars on everyone. That's the first rule. It's not the only rule. In Islam, jihad is meant to defend yourself. You're allowed to push back the enemy, to protect yourself and your citizens, which is the ideal role of any army anywhere in the world. That's why we have police. You need force to actually enforce protection. Another form of jihad is to actually go out and protect those outside of your boundaries, where people are being oppressed outside the Muslim nation, if you will. In other words, if Hitler decides to come back and slaughter another 6 million Jews, Islam has a system in place to go out and protect them, which was the case throughout history. Every minority that was being persecuted by the majority, anywhere in the world, including the Jews, and many different types of Christians throughout history, always found refuge in the Muslim world. That's why when Spain and Portugal were taken back by the Christians, the Muslims fled from Spain into Morocco, along with many Christians and Jews that weren't of the same sect. So, that is the idea of jihad. It's a way of breaking the physical bounds to implement justice. Alright. Now, the laws of jihad, I just quick summary, I'm being short about it. Don't cut down a tree, don't kill a child, don't kill a woman, don't kill a sick person, don't kill an old person, don't destroy a temple or a church, don't destroy a building, don't kill those who surrender, don't kill those who run away, don't disfigure the dead, don't kill an animal except for eating, and don't enforce Islam, meaning don't force people into Islam. We're very clear on this. There's a clear verse in the Quran, La ikraha fi din. There is no compulsion in religion. So enforcing Islam physically, it takes away the purpose of the whole idea. We said Islam was willful submission. If I'm forcing you by the sword to become a Muslim, you're not very willful, are you? You're being forced into it. And it makes no sense. Because it's your own testimony. It's from your own heart. Now, was that actually enforced in history? Yes. Biggest example, one of the oldest examples, is the Treaty of Umar al-Khattab with the priests of Jerusalem. And he kept that treaty, and it was kept at the time throughout all the wars of Jerusalem until today with the occupation. That picture right there is a picture of the Holy Sepulchre Church that existed before Islam ever got to Jerusalem. And that Holy Sepulchre Church, until today, that key that opens that gate and closes that gate is in the hand of a Muslim family. Every morning they go down there to the gate. By the way, I'm from Jerusalem. They go down there to that gate. He presents the key to another person from another Muslim family who opens the gate and then returns the key. And then in the evening the same thing happens when the priests leave, they lock the gate. That church has been guarded by Muslims for over 1,400 years. So, does Islam say to kill the infidels and wage holy